Hello, my name is Ian Scott from Scott Legal, and welcome back to our video series on common E-2 visa questions. And our question for today is, can I use a home office for an E-2 visa? Well, this is another question that almost all of our E-2 applicants ask us, and the answer is generally no. So really, when the government is looking at an E-2 visa, they're looking at the applicant, and they're really asking the question, is this applicant really committed to starting a business in the United States? And while the statute doesn't indicate that a lease is a requirement for this, the government really takes a very formal commercial lease very, very seriously, and it really goes a long way to showing that the applicant is a serious applicant. So if you have a home office, while I'm not saying that the visa is going to be denied because you have a home office, but I can tell you that we've processed numerous E-2 visa applications, and we haven't ever submitted an application where the individual has a home office. And again, just because the seriousness, the government really sees that the applicant is very serious, and a lease is a very important part of that. And it's really a part of the cover letter when we put together the E-2 visas and describe why the applicant meets all of the requirements. It's one of the aspects of the cover letter that we really highlight. The other related question has to do with whether or not an individual can set up a virtual office. And really the answer is the same. The government is becoming very savvy with respect to these other arrangements where people might pay a small fee and then they don't really have an office, but they have access to an office, or where they can go in and they don't have a fixed desk and they can sit anywhere in some of these shared spaces. And again, while you can submit an E-2 visa application with a virtual office or without any office at all, I think it really hurts your application, and it's not something that you want to do given the other amount that you're investing. So what we always recommend to clients is that they have an office, and it doesn't have to be a closed door office. It can be some of these shared workspaces like WeWorks or Regis. They can be shared workspaces, but you really should have a dedicated desk at these shared workspaces and really have enough space to house any employees that might be there at the time that the E-2 visa application has been submitted.